Hello, my fellow creators, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's time again for our monthly card hop-in, a year of fun themes and techniques. And this is a card hop hosted by the wonderful Jen Schoolcraft of our Handmade Happiness Facebook group. Now, this month's theme is inspired by, and the techniques were either stamping with water or stamping with bleach. So I've chosen to stamp with water, and along those lines I mixed up some perfect pearls with water in this little spray bottle. So I'll be using that, and then I'm going to use some of my Distress Oxide inks. I'm using Salvaged Patina, Squeezed Lemonade, Kitsch Flamingo, and Mermaid Lagoon. And I will be using some of this Bristol Smooth paper to do my stamping on. And then I'm going to be using two different stamps. I'm going to be using the hexagon tile background, which I already have set up in my MISTI. And then I'm also going to be using this floral heart stamp set. I'm going to use this giant floral heart. And the reason I'm using two is because I want to see the difference between stamping using the red rubber stamp and the photopolymer stamp. Let's get going on our first card panel. And I'm using the Canson Bristol Smooth. And I'm going to do some ink blending. And I'll be using my blending brushes from Simon Says Stamp. Now, if you want to see what all the other participants of this card hop have created, you can follow the hashtag that is in the title of this video and also on screen right now. Now, as far as the theme of inspiration, really, my inspiration is all my fellow card makers. I just love how they're able to bring in so many beautiful colors. All right, so I've got that one ink blended, and before I do my stamping, I'm going to blend my next panel. And my next panel, I'm going to blend the full panel using Mermaid Lagoon. But first, let me clean off my little Dollar Tree cutting board, which is what I use to do my ink blending on. And that just saves my work surface from getting all these inks on there and potentially staining it. So if I stain this, I'm not worried about it. All right, so here's my next card panel, and I'm going to go in and cover the whole thing with Mermaid Lagoon. And I am using this mint tape to hold down my card panel just so I don't get fingerprints over the already ink blended area. Now, before I do my stamping with water, I am going to set these aside to dry for a bit, and then I'll be right back to do the stamping with water. This is where I store my ink blending brushes. As you can see, it says, "Blending is my cardio." I got this, I think it was at Burlington Coat Factory a few years ago, and according to the label on the bottom, I paid $4.99. But I love this. It makes me smile every time I see it. As you can tell, I got a little bit impatient on waiting for these to dry, so I'm just helping it along with my heat gun. I did go ahead and place this sticky mat that I had cut down to fit into my Misty. And I will place my, let's see, let's place the card panel upside down on here. And there we go. And I can just kind of adjust it if need be. All right. Now, let's bring in our perfect pearls mixed with water. And I'm just gonna kind of cover the card as I spray this red rubber stamp. I think I may have sprayed it too much, so let me start that over. And let's see how that turns out. Now I'm just gonna gently press and let it kind of sit there for a minute to let the water transfer over to our card panel. Okay, and I'll set that one aside to dry. And I want to see if any of the ink stayed on the stamp here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some regular white cardstock in there and see if any of that transfers over. Oh, very little transferred over. Okay, maybe. I don't want to waste this cardstock, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and brush over the stamp with whatever's left on my brushes. So I'll set that one aside to dry as well. And I think I'll use the combination of the sticky mat and our magnets to hold that panel in place. Again, just pressing and shake it up and mist it. So here are the two panels, and I actually like the way the red rubber stamped better. Now these are lighter colors, so it doesn't show up as boldly as this one on the fully ink blended panel. But I think they both turned out lovely. Now I'm thinking for these heart ones, I'm just gonna add a sentiment directly to the card panel. And I'm gonna try using just Mermaid Lagoon and see how that shows up on top of the Mermaid Lagoon heart image. Let's go with some VersaFine Clear Up Nocturne ink instead. See if that makes it pop a little better. For these two cards, I'm going to use a couple of dies. I'm going to use the Hello Word and Shadow die from CZ Designs. And I'm going to use the Just Because Word and Shadow die, also from CZ Designs. And I've gone ahead and cut those out, but I did cut some extras just to have them for the other panels. And I could layer these up to give them a little more dimension, but I think I want the background panel to be the star of the show, so I'm just gonna attach the sentiment to the shadow die and then the shadow to the card panel, and I'll be right back. Now I have white card bases and black card bases. As you can see, I added a little bit of sequence to each of the cards just to add a little more sparkle. And these are my 4 completed cards using this month's theme of inspiration and the technique of stamping with water. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribed to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.